fantastic hockey game, an exciting hockey game, a game that had a super crowd, and I think it had all the elements you'd want to see in a game, you know. And we have to certainly congratulate Northeastern, Coach Flint, and their entire staff and team because you know, they came up with a huge goal there, you know, 20 seconds or so after we scored. You know, that gave them the legs and the opportunity because I like to think we're pretty good at closing the deal there. But you know, they got a puck, the kid put it on net, and all of a sudden it's a tie game, and then anything can happen OT. And obviously it was one of those goals that was real pretty and real nice in the OT. You know, it wasn't just a fluke or something that fell out of the sky in the back of the net. It was a real good hockey play by two super hockey players.
Questions? What was the strategy to try to contain Kendall Coyne and just go and pick it on that last play?
I think you try to, you know, keep her under wraps. We like to think we've got two good lines that can, you know, play against Casey and against Kendall. And you know, probably in the course of time, they do a pretty darn good job. You know, early in the year when Poulin wasn't playing with us, it made it a little harder because you know, you've got an elite player that can solidify one of the two lines. Now with her here, I think there have been some real dogfights here. You know, us winning 3-2, then winning in overtime here. So you'd like to think it's anybody's game. And certainly, you know, Florence Schelling's a big part of what happened out there tonight too. You know, she was great. I think we had 15 or 16 more shots, but their team competes. You know, she's their rock back there, and they've got I think, you know, their deepest team they've had since I've been around. You know, they get throughout the third and fourth lines, and they still fight and compete in our factor out there. So, you know, Kendall and Casey, we've got to keep a close eye on. But basically, you know, we just got a couple matchups we try to get, and we got a good job there.
What did you think about the quality of shots you were getting? You got 46 shots in the game, but what did you think of like where they were coming from?
I think there were some good opportunities. I believe what probably stands out to answer that question is I don't remember us getting a whole bunch of 2-on-1s or, you know, wide open 3-on-2s, which meant that they were doing a good job positionally. They had their jump and their step to get back. You know, if they made a slight error and turn a 2-on-1 into a 2-on-2, that would be the biggest thing from my perspective. You know, we had plenty of, you know, cyclone opportunities, power play opportunities, you know, shots there, and again, there were enough good chances. You get 46 shots on that, you could get a fourth or fifth, but not that easily against, you know, Florence Schilling.
What does it say about the women's Beanpot? This game was so competitive, so wide open. I mean, the pace of this game was unbelievable from start to finish. What does it say about how far, you know, the women's Beanpot has come?
Well, it's obviously a 4-team race, and it's a really super exciting event now. Where I think there was you know, a challenge side of it when Boston University was really just a club team, and Boston College hadn't sunk the resources into the program. Now with all 4 teams having the resources and high caliber kids, you know, whether you're watching, you know, Watchorn or Poulin or Wakefield or Kendall Coyne or Florence Schilling, you know, you're not just watching good players, you're watching national team Olympian type players, and we really didn't have as much of that going for a long time. Providence had some, and Northeastern did, or excuse me, UNH did, and probably Northeastern a little bit in Hockey East, but now you've got, you know, the 4 teams in the city that are bringing it with that quality of player, and I think it's exciting for the fans, and it's terribly exciting for the kids, you know, and it's a bitter night for us tonight, but not many of our kids will forget this evening, you know, for a long time.
You touched on it a little bit, but can you talk about the atmosphere that was in the arena tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the most electric buildings, and this was probably the first time that any students at BU, or even people that have been coming here for 10 years, had a little flashback to what it used to be like. You know, I obviously played in here, coached in here, and when you put 3806 or 3804 or whatever it was in here, and usually it was 4200 because most everybody knew how to get in the back door with $5. It was an unbelievable venue where there's the reverberation and the echo in the place is crazy. And you know, tonight with 1300 in here and the bands in here, you know, you could see what it used to be like, to the point I'm sure that the guys would like to come back and have a throwback game in here maybe someday. But it is a real exciting place with that metal roof that only hangs a few feet over your head. There's nowhere for the noise to go, and the kids, I think, really had a fantastic time playing it.
The other day you had said that you were hoping for this game to help the team maintain their momentum. Given the outcome, how do you think this is going to impact the players?
I still, I told them after the game, I like my team. I probably like my team better than at any time this year because we played hard, we competed, we lost to a real good team that is not a mirage. They're a fantastic team that's done it all year. And, to now have beaten them by a goal and lost to a goal with sort of our team intact, I like to think, again, we're going to go into the Hockey East tournament, with anybody, a bunch of teams having a shot to win it. And the immediate thing is for us to pick up the pieces here, take a day off, get a couple skates, and go up to Vermont for against a team that's fighting for their lives to get that sixth spot. And so that's going to be the challenge. But I think we're learning. I love the poise when we get down 2-0, the composure on the power play to get a couple of goals. Those things were big. Have a freshman chip in with a goal to start a rally back. Those are important things.
How important are these kind of tournament games when you can attract a crowd like you did today to Old Walter Brown or wherever you are? How important is it for you to get the fans on your side?
I mean, I think we do everything we can to attract a crowd. Our coaches, the administration, the Trojans marketing people, they do everything they can. And when you come to a game like this, it really, I think, excites some people. I responded to a former player here and complimented her on how she created the buzz at Boston University. Her teams did, and I said last year the buzz took another level when we drew over 1,000 people to one game. And then this year, in the Beanpot, you had great games here, great games last weekend, all the way around, one that goes into a shootout. When people see that, they get excited and they come back. And I think, we've got some kids, some are athletes, some are just regular fit students, but I think they see that it's exciting to watch people play the game like this, because most of them prior to coming have no idea that these ladies can play at this pace. So we'll continue to do what we can to promote the game, play anywhere, go anywhere, and hopefully the fans will catch on.
Last question, anyone? Heading into the home stretch, last 4 games, what do you think? What do you think you guys need to do?
I think we have to just bring more of the same.